Answering questions part 2. Imran asks, as rational adults, of course we don't believe in the supernatural. Really? I do, and I'm rational. But have you ever had an experience that logic, rationality simply could not explain? Of course, yeah. I think every human being does, but you either dismiss it or use logic, and logic isn't always accurate because your logic isn't the same as mine. So what you think might be unrealistic or illogical, somebody else would say that's completely logical, and this is why. So yeah, have I had lots of strange experiences? Of course I have. What were they? I don't know, but sure. I don't think that being rational negates having supernatural experiences, or what one would perceive as being supernatural. Uriah, what happens if a what? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Is standing with each foot in a different time. A mawai? And he eats when it's only later than midnight. Is that a gremlin? I don't know. Does he only become... Yeah, it's a half gremlin. I don't know. I've literally never seen that film. I know. But I've never seen that film, so I can't answer your question. How did it feel to put out your first album with Lycia? I was afraid because I didn't want to screw anything up with Lycia. I didn't want people to be upset. But naturally it was like mind-blowing because I was a massive Lycia fan before I was ever asked to sing on it. So it was like trippy. But I've always, despite how maybe it appears, I've always kind of wanted to like lay low and not take like credit for things I don't feel like I get credit for, just because this is like Mike's band, and I feel like any opportunity I'm given within the band is a bonus. So it was mind-blowing, but also like I'm so scared to screw anything up. So there was that. What was your reaction when you found out you were pregnant? I literally like laughed. I remember the first I sent a picture of the stick to my friend Stephanie and my friend Shelby, and just was like, holy crap. And then I didn't tell Mike that day because I wanted to be for sure and to prep things. So the following day I had off work. I went and bought like all these tests, took them. Of course, every single one of them said I was pregnant. And I don't need to go into detail, but suffice to say, we stood in the kitchen and laughed hysterically for about 20 minutes, and we're like, holy crap, what is this? Crazy. If you could play with any band, who would it be? You know what? I would like to play with Sarah from Ides of Gemini, Black Mirror, and I don't know. I don't really want to play shows anymore. So, though I think a great tour would have been like Sarah and I don't know. I don't want to say other people. I don't like doing that because it's weird. But good. I mean, it's a good question, but I feel weird talking about that. Jimmy Bentley, could Magneto pick up Thor's hammer? No. That's not how it works. It's Thor's hammer. Josh Holmes, favorite horror film, movie, The Shining, and I don't really consider it a horror film, but that's my favorite all-time movie. But most people consider it a horror film. Jay, more tarot history. How did you get into writing, and where did your characters come from? I started writing when my friend Shelby used to spend the night, and we would write these dorky stories back and forth. Like, we would pretend that we went to various places. She would write my part of the story, I would write her part of the story, and I wish to God I had these stories because they've got to be absolutely ridiculous because they always involve cute boys and stuff like that. So they have to be awesome. So that's really how I started. But then I was more like writing poetry and stuff, which, again, it's probably, I can only imagine how bad it was. But then I got in a band, and I used my poetry as lyrics. And then when I started writing current era, Basically, I was just frustrated with the books I was reading because I'm like, I want the character to do this, but they're not. So I decided, I had that very detailed dream that was the story, a basis of Violent Violet, and I just decided I'm just going to start writing it. And I love writing. I wish I could do it every day as my job, but unfortunately that's not reality. So I write whenever I have free time, when Dirk's asleep and Mike's asleep, or the in between times before, after work, and picking Dirk up from school. And yeah, I love it. My characters come from up here somewhere in Dreamland and random places like that. Andre, is there any possibility of you making a comeback as a solo musician? I hope my question isn't uncomfortable. No, it's not uncomfortable. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I don't foresee it happening anytime soon because I just don't have time. And I would literally have to relearn the studio because I've forgotten everything and we've upgraded and stuff. But no, I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibility. And I'm going to stop now and start another video.